Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports, two men on with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
It's Friday, Albuquerque! You know what that means? That means twice in 1 week. Should have been 3 times, but Van skips day games now because he's an old man. The boys are at Isotopes Park hanging out. Got a little baseball tonight, Van.
I don't plan on missing another day game the rest of the year. That one hurt me deep. That one cut me deep.
I cannot trust you because you're a liar.
Well, I said from now on. From now on, I'm not going to miss another day.
You said you weren't going to miss one all year.
No, I had to miss that when I was choring.
Here's the thing. If you would schedule your time better.
I was elbows deep in window silicone.
Is that a soliloquy?
Okay, now, first off, that's a sentence that's never been said in this program in 5 years. It felt weird coming out of my mouth.
Hey, sorry, Fred. I couldn't make it to the game. I was shaping the silicone with my knuckles.
Exactly. I was late to the show, too, that day because I was getting rubbing alcohol and getting the silicone out of my knuckles.
Oh, gosh. It's all about the orange soap.
I just ran out.
No, you're not a man,
the lava,
dude.
The lava.
Check yourself.
Lava soap.
Isaiah,
no, I am a man because I used a whole jar of it.
Isaiah Johnson is back at the studio. Isaiah, welcome to the program.
My Lakers got smoked last night.
They did not look good, but that was not the NBA highlight of the night. It unfortunately was Ja Morant again. Pew, pew. Pew, pew. And we said this. I said this yesterday.
We called it.
I said, do Spider-Man hands like you're shooting webs.
Anything.
That's what I said to do.
Do anything.
If you Spider-Man hands, Van, where you put your middle finger and your ring finger towards your palm.
You do the I love you in sign language.
I love you in sign language.
You flip it. You Missy Elliott. Yeah, you flip it and reverse it.
Put the flame down, some ring, girl.
Yep.
Yeah, and then like a pancake, and
out
then
of
you
the wrist. Knuckles down. Out of the wrist.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
The organic spider web, not the mechanical one, not the Sam Raimi spider web.
You could go crazy with it. You could do each one of the Avengers one by one. You can do the hammer of Thor.
You could do the bow. Dunk. You could do the bow of the one that doesn't really have powers.
Yeah, Hawkeye, just a regular white guy with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Or you could do dunk on somebody.
Like the Hulk.
Yeah. And then you stand down and then you Hulk smash on top of it.
I'm always angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the Doctor Strange where you make the circle. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yes, I do.
He never holds he never touches the time stone.
Yeah. Like you're peeling a corner in a 69 Chevy.
Yeah. You
just do the circle thing.
That's a super good one.
You do the circle.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
You could do the Captain America land on your knee and put your fist into the ground.
Yeah, you do the superhero land.
Yeah, do that move.
Or you could do a number of Captain Americas.
All right, give me another one.
You throw the shield and then it comes back.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
you do the shield catch.
When you
throw it.
Yeah.
You pause for a second. And then you pull the shield back.
Yeah. Now the way you're doing it without a shield makes it look like a strike 3 strikeout call.
Also cool.
Yeah. Also, that's a cooler move.
Juice. That's a good one.
Yeah. Now, what was that word you just said?
It's okay. That's sidebar.
Okay.
We won't go that far.
But he did it. He did finger guns. The second after he was told.
Again, we told you yesterday on this very program, there's good finger guns. Wrists into the rib cage. Only your index finger out. Thumbs in the air. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Pew, pew, pew. Those are acceptable.
I don't actually think those are good.
Those are silly uncle finger guns. I'm the silly uncle. I use them all the time.
No, I don't like them. He should have done old school rolling down the window motion.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's
asking for some Grey Poupon.
Yes.
Yeah, that
or
one. Yeah.
trying to let out some evidence after a hot box.
Ooh.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what he should have done.
Yeah, or he's on a Tinder date and he just let one rip. You got to let some air into the car.
Now, one is the date. He let the date rip.
That's what we're talking about.
I'm going to read a press release to you. Are you ready?
Okay.
New York.
Check. That's a place. I know where that is.
The city, not the state, presumably.
Right.
April 4th, 2025. So let me check today.
Gotcha.
All right, that's today.
Oh, today.
Memphis Grizzlies guard Ja Morant has been fined $75,000 for twice making an inappropriate gesture on the playing court. It was announced today by Joe Dumars. Used to be a player. Now he just execs a lot.
Now he just crushes a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Executive Vice President, Head of Basketball Operations. Morant was previously warned by the league office that this gesture could be interpreted as in a negative light. The gestures were made by Morant during the Grizzlies' 110-108 victory over the Miami Heat on April the 3rd at the Cassinia Center. I don't know what that is. So there you go. That's the official statement. $75,000. I believe Ja Morant called their bluff and got caught.
Yeah. He thought he was bigger.
Yeah.
Than the game.
The biggest part of him was that jumper at the end that rolled in.
That was a big one.
That was a big one.
Yeah. Big one also.
No, his teammates didn't come to celebrate with him because I don't think they like him.
If I've learned anything from the motion picture industry, is that you don't mess with vampires.
All right.
They win every battle.
They literally lose them all. Historically, in films, when vampires battle anything else, they end up on the losing end.
Who do you think Ja Morant is? The Sun?
They were literally beaten.
What do you think he is? Garlic?
A teenage girl beat
he's
them
a basketball player.
in multiple movies.
So
in
Adam
Buffy
Silver,
the Vampire
Adam
Slayer
Silver said, we're not having this.
And in Twilight, they lost to a teenage girl.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about Blade?
Blade very much lost.
You say that to Wesley Snipes' face.
You gonna tell your Wesley Snipes story? You gonna sneak it in here?
Have I told it?
Well, you never seen Blade at Whole Foods? There you go. There's the whole story.
Yeah, you skipped the story and went to the punchline.
Oh yeah, well you never.
Uncool.
Yeah, you never seen Blade looking through pinto beans. What is that? What the story is?
Yeah,
Well,
much.
you never see Blade counting his carbs. Is that what the story
It's
is?
super close.
Yeah,
insanely
yeah.
close.
Well, you never seen Blade with a rickety cart. Is
Okay,
that the
I'll just skip the build. You went straight to the punchline. All right, no setup, huh?
There's so many better ways to do this.
Oh my God, we didn't even get through with all the Avengers.
Oh gosh. This was a heat check on the league to see if he gets suspended.
100%.
And he will not get suspended. He will only catch fines that he can easily pay because I accidentally cited his salary for Anthony Edwards yesterday. I know what he makes.
Oh, you angered him.
Yeah, that was
because he treats all of his baby mamas way better than Anthony Edwards. So he got upset, and it's your fault, Fred. You made him do the bad finger guns, not the good finger guns.
Again, not a thing. And if I was Ja Morant and I got hit with $75K,
okay,
I would then donate $75K to match it.
Ooh, we'll show you.
Yeah, show them.
Show hey.
Show me
Mm-hmm.
the money to a charitable organization.
Show me state.
That's where you were going with it?
There's a lot more.
Big Show?
Show me the money.
Showtime Lakers?
Not anymore. They're the
Show off.
Snow
Hey,
time.
they
They're the
weren't
snow
last
time
night.
Lakers.
Dog. Last night, LeBron goes down with, I guess it was a rib or a hip or a kidney or
It looked obliquey, and that's
it looked
bad news.
obliquey.
It looked obliquey. That's bad news for the Lakers.
But he was under 17 and a half shot attempts, so I was into that.
Excellent. I did well on our friends at Prize Picks last night. You boys on a heater.
Promo code KNML. You want to play Prize Picks with us? I got a couple going today.
I do too.
Pull this thing up real quick.
Hey, take all the goblins you got for strikeout pitchers. You gonna win. I'm telling you, you gonna win.
Yeah, I got some going. Weather always a
Already
factor.
hit Jack Flaherty today. Spencer Swellenbach coming up at 5:15. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Jesus Lizardo, the Jesus Lizard. He's coming.
They're on the show today?
No. They will be winning me more units of
Okay.
currency
Yeah,
on
more
prize
updates.
picks.
More
Yeah.
updates.
Mhm.
Wind is picked up here at the ballpark. Dress warm tonight if you're coming out. Everything's scheduled to go down at game time currently, 6:35 first pitch. If they do not, we will notify you when we know. But my understanding is everything is a go tonight.
Oh, it's definitely a go tonight.
Yeah. Little chillers. Little
Also-
chillers at the ballpark.
If you can find an Albuquerque Isotope pitcher or a St. Louis D's pitcher, I would, take the less on earned runs. Because as opposed to opening day, blowing in today.
See
Some
the
defense.
Rockies made some moves today?
Tell me all about it.
I was just wondering if you saw anything.
Are you asking?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you saw anything.
Is Brenton Doyle okay? Tell me my beautiful baby boy Brenton's okay.
All right.
Isaiah's new favorite player, Brenton Doyle.
I'll take it.
Did you guys meet him and I don't get something?
He was on our program a couple years ago.
Well, sure.
Yeah. Friend of the show, Brenton Doyle,
I don't have Rocky's Twitter. because
on
I
a
don't
rare
have
day
Twitter.
off.
If, because baseball weather can be any weather. If
Mhm.
I'm the type of fan that likes watching baseball bundled up, because that's tonight's game,
Yes.
you're about to have the most fun.
It's pretty easy. You just need a couple layers. It's not like Midwest cold. It's not Maine cold. Definitely not Canada cold. This is just New Mexico cold. This is barely cold. I'm in a linen shirt right now. I even put on my sleeves.
Chase Dolander is going up to the Rockies, fan. He gone.
Well, that didn't last long.
No, we did not think it would.
And, I thought he'd get a couple starts here at least. I wanted to, watch him during a day game and keep book.
He was
So
scheduled.
I could have his book forever.
He was scheduled to start tomorrow, so he was scheduled to be on our program today. But he's not currently here.
Here, yeah,
Yeah, he is.
the big city.
He's in Denver
Okay.
with the Rockies.
I want to hear the story. Who got to tell him?
The Rockies put a video up on their Twitter.
Mm.
So if you want to go check that out, it is there. So Chase Dolander, no longer with the Albuquerque Isotopes, has been promoted to the show.
Congratulations, my friend. Didn't take long.
I never met him.
He's lovely.
Is he nice?
Yeah.
I never met him. He was here for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, not even a cup of coffee. He didn't even get a burrito. He didn't get wash down his burrito. With
He
a
may
cup
have got a
coffee.
burrito. He definitely had a slice of Dion's pizza.
Oh, for sure. That everybody knows that.
Who's your new favorite player now?
I got to find a new one. Are you talking about besides the Funky Shunky, Aaron Shunk? Besides
he's
him,
probably the one.
yeah.
We'll
He
get-
says- hey, I'm getting some Winton Bernard vibes today because whoever has the aux cord right now is crushing it. This is my middle school and high school hip hop playlist, and I am feeling it.
You're 42.
Yeah. All these songs are from the 90s that have been playing by now.
When we get back from the break, 10 going on in the world of sports, including a preview of the Final Four this weekend. Should be a good one. We're going to have fun watching that one. We are bumped on Monday, Van, but we're live from Howie's just as you
Come
and I.
hang out.
Yeah, just come hang out on Monday. We will be there watching the national championship game. We'll be there enjoying the evening. Also, there are a bunch of friends of the show coming out that are super excited about this because we met up with a bunch of them at Sadie's last night.
Sure.
So we're going to take Sadie's energy to Howie's
Ooh, I like
for
that.
the national championship. Two men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, live from Isotopes Ballpark, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. During the break, I had to run to my car and get my coat.
Is that cold out there?
It dropped like 20 degrees in like a minute.
Sounds like New Mexico.
Yeah. You don't like the weather? Wait 5 minutes. A little bit of cloud cover did roll in. Currently, it is, at least according to my MacBook? I don't know what this thing's called.
I go MacBook.
It is 55 degrees, but I don't know. I mean, that seems sus.
Yeah, you look at the forecast ahead, it's insane. It goes down to the 40s and then shoots back up. I mean, we're back to the 70s and the 80s soon. So that's maybe the last time or one of the last times you'll need the jacket.
Also, strong possibility I don't know how to read a weather app because normally I'm just prepared. That's also part of my life. Van,
You had the jacket there with you.
I keep it in the car. I keep that thing on me, Van.
You know, I usually have an extra hoodie in the car for this exact situation, but I must have brought it inside and washed it
There you go.
because it is not in my truck.
Now we know what we know.
I'm texting everyone I know upstairs to see if anyone can bring me a.
Hey guys, can you
Maybe
go to
a-
Lost and Found?
Yeah, can somebody call Pilo? I need a bullpen
Yeah.
jacket. I need
Is
a
that,
little
is that an
warm-up
option?
jacket.
Can we get that? Gosh. Oh, that's the best part about outside sports. Like, do you remember the coldest game you played as a kid? Is that like a memory you have?
Yeah. When you're a quarterback for a football team, you don't want to be overdressed because
Correct.
it limits your movement, right?
Yeah.
But also when you're too cold and defensive end comes around
Scorpio.
and puts a lick on you, it stings a little extra
Yeah.
in the cold. You don't forget those.
It snowed today during the Rockies home opener. Like it snowed.
We were at one of those.
Yeah, we went to one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first time I drank after getting COVID. Was you and I going to the Rockies home opener in 21?
Oh, yeah. You were a cheap date that
Oh
day.
God, that was rough. The coldest thing I ever played in. I think I've talked about this on air before, and it is the lamest humble brag story of all time. But I'm going to put it out there. I am a intramural collegiate flag football champion. I won a flag football intercollegiate championship at Washington State University. And we got to play right there in Martin Stadium on the field. And there was snow up to your ankles on that like artificial turf, you know?
Uh-huh.
And that was like the coolest because every dive, and you know, they did a thing where some kid who worked in the athletics department went down with his foot and scraped it along the sideline to show you the lines of the field.
Totally.
You know, not even like they used a shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, it was awesome, dude.
Everybody put their backpacks on the corners of the field.
Yes. But also it was like the Pacific Northwest, so everyone just had orange safety cones in their cars for when they
Oh, naturally.
eventually steer off the road. Oh, that's so funny. Can we talk about Jose Altuve last night?
Can we? That was not his best work.
He struck out 5 times. The very last one, when he strikes out, is he swinging a torpedo bat? He should get one if he's not.
You try whatever. Get a tennis racket.
He just watches one across the outside corner. I couldn't tell you the name of the pitcher or whatever. But this isn't just the sombrero, Van.
Yeah. It's not a golden sombrero
It's
either.
not even a golden sombrero.
Yep.
What's better than the golden sombrero?
That, my friend, would be a platinum
No,
sombrero. That is
5
5 strikeouts.
And the Twins were undefeated. Now, keep in mind, I believe Houston still won the game, so that's not part of the story.
Sure.
But
It's hard times for Astros fans. If you know anyone, reach out to them. Let them know that everything's okay. Talking about me. Reach out to me. Tell me that everything's going to be okay. Because my beautiful baby boy, Jose Altuve, and I'm assuming, could be wrong, he's played so many games in his career.
Yeah. At second base.
But I believe that's his first platinum sombrero.
It should be a prop bet.
He's no stranger to striking out, but 5 in a game, that's pretty historic.
I'm trying to come up with a better example of a guy who has been MVP having the legitimate worst performance you can have in a day. Like, is there a day that Tom Brady didn't complete a pass? Is there a day that Michael Jordan didn't make a shot? Is there a day that Dale Earnhardt's car didn't start? Because that's what this was last night for Jose Altuve.
I mean, fortunately, they play 162 of those bad boys.
You know what? 62 too many. Can we be honest?
You talking about the 101?
They need to
My
play.
idea for Major League Baseball.
They need to play the 101.
You play the 101 in the regular season.
Yeah.
And then you add a whole extra round in the playoffs. It's genius. It gives it a March Madness feel. You're welcome, Major League Baseball. Been telling you for years. Also, I like 162 as well.
Yeah,
there's so many of them.
It's sweet when you sit down on the couch at the end of the day. You don't even have to think about what you're going to turn on.
You know something's on.
Hey, this is game on. Fighting game. Those Twins uniforms are fire, though. Did you watch this game last night?
They're pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They're pretty sweet.
They're figuring it out. If you don't have a good team, you might as well have good gear.
Free shout out for another company.
All right.
I've been liking that MLB Live at night with the little snippets of all the games
On the network?
back and
Yeah, that is pretty good.
It's cool.
It's kind of like Red Zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little more chatter, but it's very.
It's a lot more chatter and like, hey, we're gonna jump over here to Houston where Jose Altuve has a chance to go for the platinum sombrero. Okay.
You know, there's a jokester in that locker room.
That got one today.
Who immediately called up his jeweler.
Yeah.
And said, how fast can you get me a platinum sombrero? Because I'm hanging it in Tuve's locker tomorrow.
Is that called a rib?
A rib?
In pro wrestling, that's called a rib. Is that what it's called in a locker room for baseball?
Hey, prank, joke.
Okay. The idea to me that you can easily, because you can, it's Houston. I guess they were in Minnesota, though, weren't they? So never mind. Yeah. So you might not have the plug for the Southwestern Mexico culture the way that you would in Houston.
Yeah.
But you get a sombrero, you go to the Ace Hardware, you get a can of platinum spray paint.
Yeah.
And you do it very poorly. I mean, like, embarrassing. Like, as good as the mariachi logo looks for the Isotopes,
right?
That's as bad as this
you go oppo
platinum sombrero needs to look.
Yeah.
What's Altuve's number? 2?
27.
So you put 27 on there too, in orange. You just cover that thing at the very top. 27. Or 5. All right, hear me out. You put the number 5 for the number of strikeouts.
27 on the front, 5 in the back.
All right, you put 27 on the top, and then around the rim, forward K, backwards K, backwards K.
Cinco.
Oh, God, that's so good. That's so good. And you get like a really expensive, like, check your sombrero hat case for the airport. No, he wears it on the plane.
He is throwing that thing in the trash immediately. There's no way he's going to keep that as a little keepsake, little reminder, little memento.
If he swung that thing at the trash can, he'd miss.
Today he's going 5 for 5 with a cycle and an extra homer. He's never been more focused and motivated than he was when he woke up today.
Well, I like that. When we get back from the break, I know we're supposed to have a guest lined up. We're supposed to, from the Isotopes, be able to sit down and talk about, like, the great future of certain prospects. They are gone. Chase is gone.
Just one of them. They didn't take all of our
He's with the Rockies.
Boys.
So we'll figure out what we're doing whenever we get back. Worst case scenario, Van, which could also possibly be the best case scenario, we get to talk about the NBA. So it's all going to work out for your boys. It's 2 Men On, live from the ballpark. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
SEC, and Big 12.
Welcome back to Two Men On, where the audience is disappointed. Chase, where are you? Forrest Stolting joining us on the program. Forrest, welcome.
How we doing, fellas? Appreciate having me on today.
I mean, you got some explaining to do right now?
I think the Rockies do, honestly.
Chase Stolander, he gone. So is he starting tomorrow?
I don't know, honestly.
Oh, you don't know?
The only thing they've announced is that he's getting called up.
Saw it on the Twitter.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, congrats to him.
Yeah.
He made his one start here for us in Sacramento. Pitched really well. So I'm very happy for him. He's a fantastic guy. We had a media scrum with him on Tuesday. Very eloquent, well-spoken.
Yeah.
Very,
You do his headshot today?
very nice. He was not here, unfortunately. And at the end but the most impressive thing at the end of that media scrum, he went and shook the hands of everybody. There's about 10 media folks around. So I was very impressed by that.
Hold up. I've shaken 10 hands before.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get it. But for someone like him, the number one prospect to go out of
So
his way to do
sweet.
that
Yeah,
is
that is
just so
sweet.
cool, man. So, he's a really good dude, right head on his shoulders. So I'm looking forward to seeing his career blossom here in the next few years.
Forrest Stolting is with us. He is not Chase Dolan.
I wish.
Let me try this out. Albuquerque Isotopes fans, who wants a shirt?
I would. Why are you trying out Dylan Storm's voice?
Because I'm wearing Dylan Storm's jacket right now.
Oh,
So the spirit of Dylan Storm is inside me. Wait, that sounded gross.
nope. I liked it.
Okay, the spirit of Dylan Storm is wrapped around me like a sweet little hug from the man himself. Came through in the clutch. I needed an extra layer.
It's cold, man. It's windy and cold.
It
It's
is.
like it dropped 20 degrees in 10 minutes here when we were out taking BP. So,
It was 65,
yeah.
not a blow of wind in the air when I left my house. Your boy was criminally underdressed. But now that I got one layer on, I mean,
You feeling better?
it's lovely out
Yeah.
here.
And
This
your
is a
beanie, too?
beautiful day. Yeah, I gave my beautiful opening day Orbit beanie away to a child who needed
I
one.
also gave mine to a child.
That's
Yeah.
very sweet.
Yeah.
But
It's very
again,
emblematic
once
of who
again,
y'all
Dylan
are.
Storm
Yeah.
came through in the clutch and got me a beanie.
If you want a fun giveaway today, they got magnets.
Yes, sir.
Get 'em at the
20
entrance.
2025 scheduled magnet giveaway today. First, I think it's 3,000 fans through the gates will get those. So we're excited to,
And this-
continue this opening homestand for the Topes and get this 2025 season underway and keeping it on rolling strong.
As soon as you get your magnet, when you enter tonight, Van, you'll know that tomorrow is mariachi's night.
That's right.
oh
Big
my
night.
goodness,
Yeah.
good information.
I'm a helper.
Yeah, we're giving out 3,000 mariachis ponchos.
Ooh.
They're very colorful this year. Almost has the entire rainbow on there. Bright.
Hey, wait, which one did you leave off?
I don't know. Roy G. Biv. Let's see. Go down. All right.
Live from the ballpark, hanging out with Forrest Stolting, talking the world of baseball, talking the world of call-ups. How do call-ups work?
Yeah. So essentially, whenever the Rockies need a player, whether that's because of injury or other talent,
Or you're
other,
insanely talented,
or other reasons, they'll usually pick those guys from us. Fortunately, so they will notify the player, and then within the next 24 to 48 hours or so, that player will be it'll be publicly announced pretty much. Yes, it can be a very secretive process at times, but
Why?
just because it's very sensitive information, you want to make sure that the club is the one breaking the news, not only to the public, but the player as well. And so, keeping that in-house until both the player and the club's ready to announce it for various reasons, whether that's, waiting for the right time because of roster construction or whatnot, which is usually the biggest component of that. And you also got to think about the guy coming down as well. So you want to make sure that the club, that player who's coming down from the Rockies to AAA doesn't find out on social media. He needs to find out from the club themselves first, which is, just a sign of respect pretty much.
So they don't tell like the agent first; they tell the player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Who is coming down? Who's my new best friend?
I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we will find out once that move is made by the Rockies, either in the next few days.
So it's always a cool moment when they get the call up.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, even though in your head, like, that's why you play baseball, that's why you show up, that's why you put in all the work. But still, it's never matches the moment. Like, the moment is always better.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we got the video of the call up yesterday, because watching that and seeing his excitement in that moment, I mean, that's going to be one of his greatest, professional moments of his life right there, getting his first call up to the big leagues. And for him to have that moment on video forever for posterity purposes, it's very, very cool and exciting for him.
How do you hide the camera?
You just got to find a spot, it's different every time, right? So those are some of the most tricky videos to get filmed, because you have to hide it and be inconspicuous and not tip your hand to the player as to why you're getting called into the manager's office or why there's a team meeting or whatnot. So you really got to be inconspicuous about, where you put that camera and how you open the conversation up with the player as well.
I mean, he knew it was about to happen because he saw Forrest hiding behind the ficus. Like, it was just,
Forrest kept going.
I mean, that's a pretty accurate description of my laugh.
Yeah.
I will say that.
That's so. Chase, will you sign this ball before you go? He's like, I don't even know you anymore, man. I gotta go. I'm going up.
Hollywood.
You guys ever watch Hard Knocks? Hard Knocks, it's an NFL thing.
I've seen it a little bit,
Familiar.
but not much.
They do like
It used to be really good.
It used to be. They do cameras in the corners of like the offices. They like catch the whole office. Maybe just like a perma camera up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then just whatever, like pull out that little SD card or whatever when the time comes. Also knowing your luck, battery would die
At the worst possible time. Because most of the time you're scrambling to get in place for that video. It's not just this thing where you set it up and then when it's going to happen. Those things can happen on the drop of a dime pretty much.
Well, I know a little bit about the mentorship in the world of sports information directors, and no one taught you how to do this. You definitely figured it out on your own.
It's part of the job. Yeah. It's a learning curve for sure.
Can you imagine going to Sushan and being like, Sush, how do I hide my camera? And Sush is like, man, I got other stuff to do.
I ain't got time for that, man.
Working,
You kidding me?
man?
I'm on the radio.
Who do you think was the first person he told? Was it his mom, his dad, or Orbit?
I mean,
Because Orbit's going to be sad.
of course, Orbit's very disappointed right now. But it's a good question. I mean, I would say that my first call would be my parents for sure. Has to be, right? Yeah. I mean, just because, those are the folks who, raised me and whatnot, and they helped get you to where you are right now, So I feel like maybe a girlfriend or a wife, I could see that as well. But, family for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock, they're going to be very upset when they see that awesome video of you getting called up on the internet, and then they see you telling Orbit before them. I mean, Thanksgiving will never be the same.
D-Rock, go ahead.
I say Orbit's important, but not as important as family.
Orbit is family, if you ask me.
There you go.
The Rockies are currently sitting at 1-5 to start the season, so not the hardest or not the hottest start in franchise history.
Yep. I mean, they had their home opener today, and it's
snow.
snowing right now, so tough situation for the home opener. But I'm glad that they were able to play it and welcome a lot of fans to the stands, because I know Coors Field's one of the best stadiums in all Major League Baseball. So to be able to have that opening day there is very special and exciting for them. Not to have to postpone it a day.
It's tough for anyone looking up in the NL Best.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. The other day, the Giants were 5-1 and in third place.
They are currently 5-1 and in third place.
Yeah.
The Padres 7-1 and in second place. The Dodgers obviously undefeated at 8 and RIP, and the Diamondbacks have a winning record as well at 4-3. Like, it is what's worse than being a murderer, because that's what this division is.
I can see the Dodgers not losing a game till June, maybe.
Oh man.
I looked at their schedule. They might not lose over the next 10 games. They might sweep the next 10 games, counting the weekend.
I mean, I get it. The roster's loaded, but this is baseball, guys.
Sure.
Like eventually it's a good question, though. See, what was the longest undefeated streak to start a season? That is, I don't know, but I believe the Dodgers would have to be in contention of that very, very soon.
I think they're going to do it this year.
I mean, it can't be higher than like 15 to 20 wins to open the season in a row.
Kike Hernandez is a fantastic baseball player.
Oh, absolutely.
He's the worst player on the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got 3 dongs and like 12 ribbies already.
Yeah, I mean, he's like
we
he's
should
like
have known this.
He's like a centerpiece on any other team, pretty much.
Hey, we are all going to feel stupid.
Okay.
The 2023 Tampa Bay Rays, 13-0.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that just happened 5 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
After that, they are tied with, so the number's 13.
Yep.
And it's 3 teams, the 82 Braves, the 87 Brewers, the 23 Rays, and obviously the Dodgers have some distance to go. But, I mean, Philadelphia is beatable. The Phillies are,
Oh, yeah.
they're not good.
Oh, yeah. Bullpen is shaky at times. Their defense, especially on the left side of the infield, is not the best. So I would not be surprised if they get a sweep. Are they in Philly or is that at home?
They are in Philly.
Okay.
And then the Nationals also beatable. Then
Yes.
the Cubs also beatable. Then the Rockies also beatable. And then they're playing the Rangers. So, Van, April 18th
man.
is legitimate.
Oh, then they got
So it was 11 games, not 10. My
then
mistake.
they got the Cubs again, then the Pirates.
Yeah.
They're going to be like
Then the Marlins.
they're going to be
Then
like
the Braves.
30 and 2.
Then the
maybe?
Marlins.
30 and 2.
They don't
I was
play.
like,
They don't play the NL Best until May when they play the Diamondbacks.
okay, they're going to lose one
Wow.
of those.
Boys,
I would be absolutely stunned if they got through the month of April without a loss. I'd be flabbergasted.
We say that every year.
about
But the
something.
Dodgers just keep getting incrementally better.
No, they
every
do.
Year.
They
It's
do. They're very, very, very good.
Everything except for their dogs.
average.
They're average.
Yeah. They're the
Not
Dodger
in length.
the Dodger dog is 81 and 81.
Yeah.
They're exactly mediocre.
It's an oldie but a goodie. You know, you've
Yeah.
it's been around for a while.
You got to say you had one. It's the first thing I had right after I walked into Dodger Stadium for
of
the
course.
first time.
It has to be. It's just it's so well known in the sport of baseball. You got to at least give it a shot.
Sombrero is 3 strikeouts. Golden sombrero is 4.
Yep.
Platinum sombrero is 5.
Thought we
Yeah.
were past this, Fred.
What is more than platinum? What is
Diamond?
a 6 diamond?
Ooh,
I don't
The
know.
diamond sombrero?
I'm just trying to think of like, you know,
uranium.
expensive rocks at this point.
Yeah. Dwayne,
It's a very expensive rock.
thank you.
Yeah.
Forrest, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
It would have been a lot cooler if we had a player.
Yeah, no, I get that, man. I mean, I'm not as cool as Shane Stolander. That is for sure.
So you went down to the clubhouse. You're like, who wants to do radio? And they all pointed at you simultaneously. Is that what happened?
Not exactly, but it's cold out here.
It is. It's a little chilly right now. This is, again, to be like that forever optimist for the fan that loves bundling up, getting under the blanket, getting
Yeah.
a hot chocolate,
Yeah.
cuddling with your special whoever.
Yep.
There's no blanket rule at the door. You can bring a blanket.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you can bundle up as much as you want. Over at Beanie, like we just gave away. We've been giving away blankets the last few years on opening night. Yeah, so you know, obviously whenever you come to the game, it's going to be a fun time.
It's gonna be a fun
No
time.
matter the temperature.
I got on one light jacket and one opening day orbit beanie, and I'm fine. You will be too, friend of the show.
There we
Also,
go.
right across from us, we were right behind home plate
Yeah.
on the concourse.
Yeah.
Directly in front of us, hot chocolate will be served.
Oh yeah, all on the concourse. Plenty of hot chocolate to go. So
I believe they've actually converted the snow cone booths
it makes sense.
to hot chocolate.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if you're buying a snow cone in this weather,
Yeah.
God bless you.
Eek.
Well, and this
Masochist.
is the last day. I don't know if you guys know this. This is the last day you can get chocolate before it's tariffed.
Really?
So
now.
yeah, so come in and take advantage of that.
Wow.
We're going to grow our own cocoa beans.
Can't do that. We don't have the climate.
We're going to create more global warming and then start a new cocoa bean industry.
Who's that?
California today said we're just going to do our own tariffs.
Right? I mean,
Come on, okay.
I mean,
I'm
California is the biggest GDP producer in
5th largest in the world.
Yeah, there you
Yep.
go. Yeah.
So's life.
Funny how that works out, huh?
When you got the pull. like the Dodgers do. Also, I guess they can go oppo. Also, I guess they can play small ball. So they're more than just pull. They're a full team.
They're a complete team in every sense of the word. That's for sure. Top to bottom, back to front, side to side.
Their top 5 starters in their rotation are actually 6 guys.
Yeah.
And that's wild.
They legitimately have 4 or 5 number 1 starters in the rotation.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And just they got Clayton Kershaw just sitting there.
Yeah.
Just to deploy him whenever you want.
I mean,
He's just there to sell bobbleheads and T-shirts. Like, he is there to make that start on that night so that, what's the number? It's something crazy, like 85,000 people or something they can get in there. That might not be their number, but it's something like
it's
that.
Not 85. I would guess it's probably high 40s.
No, it's way more than that. It's like 65.
Yeah, it's
Really?
the biggest by far.
Yeah, it's not even close.
I wouldn't have guessed a baseball stadium could hold 60,000 plus.
Yeah, it's significantly larger.
So I know they
than
started
any
to
other
build,
stadium.
like, I think the new stadium in Atlanta, that
All
only
right.
holds like 35 or 40. It's a very small MLB stadium compared to,
Update.
yeah.
Dodger Stadium capacity update alert. I was very dramatic. It's only 56,000.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit better, yeah. We start talking about 85 and over.
They're playing the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that for a year, I'm pretty sure.
Do you remember the Bananas played in
58,
Tampa the other
59.
day in front of 65,000?
No way.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That is very crazy.
Tell me baseball's not great right now. Let's call you a
No,
liar.
it's absolutely fantastic.
It's so good
I mean,
right now.
Hard agree.
the best talent right now. Everything about it is top notch, if you ask me. I mean, the game's never been in a better place, I think.
All right, Forrest, I got good news and I got bad news.
Is it
What
about
you
the
got?
commercial break?
Bad news is not going to be here tomorrow. Good news is me and my Corgi Darby is going to be here on Sunday, baby.
Bark in the park. Dog parade at 1 p.m. Folks can line up with their pups by section 118 on the first base side.
Love it.
One of our favorite days here. You know, when you get baseball, sunshine, and dogs. I mean, that is a combination that just cannot be beat.
I'm in.
We're going cold over the commercial break so we can get warm and get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM. Thank you, Forrest.
Thank you all.
AM 610, the sports animal.
Van Nunley and Fred Slow with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome to the ballpark where my Isham Dental veneers are chattering. Got a little.
Come on, man. It is not that cold.
I'm a little chilly, brother.
It's not that cold.
I'm wearing 3 coats.
If there wasn't this soft, light breeze that's going on right now, I'd be wearing my short shorts.
Okay.
I'll be showing off these sexy thighs.
Patino is the AP Coach of the Year.
Which one?
The other one.
Ah,
Him and Bruce Pearl, they tied. What?
dang, Bruce Pearl.
That's so lame. That's the lamest thing ever.
That's like that Brett Favre and Barry Sanders thing going on.
No, this is stupid.
The numbers don't lie.
No, it's a cop-out, man. Just pick a winner. And I'm not going to sit here and say I know the exact methodology of how you get to this thing.
Yeah. Well, how do you break the tie? Spelling bee? Rochambeau?
Everyone who didn't vote for Patino or Pearl then has to vote like in a runoff for one of the two.
But what if everybody was split right down the middle?
There's no way.
Absolutely
There's
clean.
0% chance.
Absolutely clean right down the middle.
I don't know, ranked choice, AP poll. I don't know, brother. Like, but this is cowardly.
Is this like a situation from your Cardinals a couple years ago where Goldschmidt and Arenado stole votes from each other, so neither of them won?
Are you talking about my Cardinals from a couple of years ago where Pujols, Edmonds, and Roland all stole votes for each other?
Rick Pitino would have won in a landslide, but Richard Pitino stole some votes from him because of the confusion.
Is that what it was? The
Yeah.
confusion. Well, I mean, this is Trump's America, so I mean, that's probably the whole thing. I mean, do you get your own trophy? Do they have to split it? Like, does Bruce have to?
Oh, odd numbered months.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Rick gets it. Even numbered months. Bruce gets it.
Like, who gets it?
I think everybody should win. Let's give all the coaches a trophy just for showing up and trying really hard. Everyone should be the coach of the year, Fred.
You're the coach of the year. And you're the coach of the year.
When is mine coming in the mail?
If they FedEx it, that's lame.
Oh, like Ed McMahon doesn't hand deliver it? It's a deep reference right there. Our younger audience is not going to understand what I just said.
It's FedEx. Did you watch the NIT last night? I already know the answer.
Dude, of course I did not watch the NIT.
You and I watched the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors at Sadie's last night.
You could have given me 1,000 guesses. I would not have known who was in the NIT championship.
Chattanooga won the NIT in overtime.
Oh, what's their mascot? The Choo-Choos?
The Mocs?
The what?
Mocs? M-O-C-S?
Is that short for something?
I don't know. Mockingbirds?
Moccasins?
Yeah, it's just a mock.
It's a mock. Like, do they just make fun of people?
I don't know. What is a mock? It's mocking. It's a bird, maybe?
They do that to the referees?
Yeah, the foul on number 17. Yeah.
Just mocking them? Is that what they do?
You call that a charge? Formerly known as the Moccasins. How did you know that?
Oh, dang. I got it right.
Yeah, it's a
Sweet.
shortened version of the original nickname. Also refers to the mockingbird, Tennessee state bird. In 1966, they went to the Mocs. So there you go.
Congratulations to one of those two teams.
The bird's name is Scrappy, which is that's not a good name for a bird. It's a name for a puppy.
That's a name for a puppy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. It's just a symbol. What? There you have it. Mox. So they're the champs. They won this thing over UC Irvine. Okay.
Oh, I would have guessed them.
So I believe
Perennial NIT powerhouse.
UC Irvine.
UC Irvine.
So the final play was like a 3/4 court inbound. Oh boy gets it like at the basket with enough time for a layup and just biffs it.
Yeah, I saw that highlight this morning, and I just immediately felt bad for the kid.
His teammates were right there, though. They
That
came
was
over. They had him.
Incredible.
Yeah. Fellowship.
Warmed my heart immediately.
Now, I have this idea for UNM athletics, okay,
Okay.
for the basketball program.
All right. I think I know where you're going with this,
Now,
and I think I like it.
it was nice that we took a minute to talk about how heartbreaking and heartwarming that whole thing was.
Okay.
And congratulations to the Mox. No, it doesn't sound right.
No.
It doesn't sound. Congratulations to the Mox.
The Sins.
Mox.
Why don't you go with the Sins?
Bird. Sins.
Wait, is it Mockingbird or Moccasin?
It's both. They were the Moccasins. The state bird of Tennessee is the mockingbird.
Okay.
So-
So just doubled down on the Mocs.
Yeah, because their mascot is a
Are
bird
their
named.
shoes made out of bird?
All right, are
Oh, that got dark real fast.
they? Are you talking about?
Mockingbird moccasins.
Are you talking about Bird One's Larry Bird sneaker?
No. I'm talking about bird leather. You're making shoes,
I don't think
You're
birds have
making-
leather, brother.
native inspired shoes out of bird leather.
All right, I need to ask you a tannery question. Are you prepared?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if all skin from all things can be made into leather.
It would be very thin, I'm assuming. Yeah. Imagine hummingbird moccasins.
I'm trying to think if I've ever wore bird, and I've definitely worn a down coat.
Because that's their feathers,
That's their feathers.
not their skin.
Yeah.
Because usually, you take the skin off the bird before you eat it.
In most preparations,
You don't make shoes out of it. They would be lightweight.
Well, feather or not, it's going to work.
Feather or not, you're into that.
Here's my plan for UNM basketball.
Okay, hit me with it.
Chattanooga just won the NIT.
I've heard.
Okay. And they beat UC Irvine.
Okay.
Now I'm going to double down on a thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nova Southeastern just beat Cal State Dom Hills. Okay. Now you're like, who
those
are
real words?
those are two teams.
Okay.
Okay. Now that was the NCAA Division II National Championship
All right.
and the NIT National Championship.
Okay.
So I think if you're a team like UNM, which currently has 0 players on their roster,
I've heard they've had upwards of 3 players left.
is that what they have?
Yeah.
So they need 12.
Would you like for me to name them? I bet you would, Fred. I can't.
But I say you go to all 4 of these teams that played in the championship game for the NIT and the championship game for the aptly named D2 national champion, whatever that award is called.
I think you just said it.
And you get the 12 best players from those teams,
Okay.
put them into one mid-major super team.
I don't know about super.
What?
Yeah.
This team's
There's a reason these guys aren't playing D1 basketball.
yet.
Yeah.
We have a D2 turned D1 coach.
Yeah.
That's
For a good
the
reason.
deal.
Because he's excellent.
Yeah, at coaching.
Because he's the cream of the crop. The sea rises with him.
Every player except for one for Texas A&M, I think, went into the portal. Is it Texas A&M or Tech?
I know
Texas A&M.
Indiana, their whole
Oh,
team.
their whole team
The
left.
whole team went. Yeah. Look,
Kentucky had every player go last year.
I like your idea, Fred.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid idea. But you don't get everyone from the team. You pluck 1 or 2 of the champions.
I just said that. You get 3
No,
from
you
every
said
team.
all 12. Wait, 12 total, not 12 from each team.
No, 12 total.
Okay.
Get 3 from each team.
Could you imagine that traveling bus? There's way too many
With
people.
36.
That'd be 48, I believe.
And they show up.
Plus the 3 or 4 that are left on the
yeah,
Lobos.
we actually are
We
a
had
football
A
team.
51-person basketball team.
You remember back in the
Yeah.
day, whenever there used to be like freshman teams and B teams and stuff? Like you show up to schools like very early in the day. You're like, oh, I thought we were doing a freshman game. Oh, I thought we were doing I thought we were running B squads. B team also sounds a little demeaning, and I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, B stands for best.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
NL best.
That's right.
Don't hate that. So you don't think this is the pathway to success for the basketball team?
I mean, what's their D2 VORP? What's their per? Who's got the best VORP off of Chattanooga State?
All right, so that's D1. So, okay, so you're asking 2 different questions here. So the best VORP is they don't put names on the back of their jerseys.
Because they reuse them the next year. They fight over the number.
The NIT might become the tournament to watch. Like, of all those games, 12 of them were decided by 2 baskets. Like, it might be the tournament to watch moving forward instead of this super boring mid-majors getting chewed up by Power 5 deal that we're currently in.
The whole SEC gets to make it every year. Yeah.
Chattanooga lost their conference tournament onto the NIT championship. Like, sweet. Also, like, Lobo fan, wouldn't you much rather have won the NIT?
See, that's what I thought you were going to say. The second they lost, they're like, hey, we're getting a plane to New York. Where's the NIT now?
I feel like it's usually Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it's a MSG, right?
I feel like it is.
The first round is like
regional.
Yeah, it's regional.
Yeah.
Or no, the first round you get to host.
Yeah.
And then regional and then MSG.
Now, if they moved it to like Vegas or something.
Yeah. No, because that's where the third level tournament is. What's that one called? There's too many tournaments, dude.
It was in Indianapolis.
Now what?
I mean, I'm sorry to break your heart here. It was played at the Hinkle Fieldhouse.
The Hinkle Family Fun Center?
The Hinkle Family Fun Center.
Okay, that's awesome.
Afterwards, if it had gone to another overtime, it would have been fastest around the track.
Yeah. Winner gets to play bumper cars.
Yeah. It's a hole by hole mini golf playoff.
Yep.
Which I assume they have over there. I've never been.
If you win the championship, you get to redeem 1,000 tickets.
Yes. But you cannot redeem them towards a Switch 2.
No, you may not. You cannot pool tickets together to win a PS5.
That is stupid.
That is stupid.
I tell you about this hustle when I was a kid of getting tickets off other kids. Have I ever talked to you about this?
Go on.
Okay. So when we were kids, we go to the Tilt arcade. Did you have the Tilt?
We had Aladdin's Castle.
What?
Yeah.
Aladdin did not own a castle.
Aladdin's Castle. He did when it comes to putting quarters in video game machines.
He was a street rat.
At the beginning of the story. At the end, he indeed had a castle.
Palace.
I mean, well, depends on what part of the world you're in.
That part.
Yeah.
The southern eastern part of Houston.
Wouldn't it be a mahal?
Depending on translation.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we would go to the Tilt, and kids would win some tickets,
Yes.
but they wouldn't win enough tickets.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then I would take my money for the Tilt, and instead of like playing Tilt games, I would go to the little candy store inside of the mall where the Tilt was, and I would get. You remember you used to be able to open up the feeder thing and it go into the little bag.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay. So I would get different candies, and I would do a little shake, shake, shake.
Yeah.
And then I would say, hey, if you give me your tickets, you can get a handful of my candies.
Right.
So then my money's investment went from possibility of winning tickets through the tilt to for certain getting a ton of tickets through candy distribution.
So smart.
So smart.
So incredibly smart.
It's a hustler.
You took the bird in the hand over two tickets in the bush.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you a single thing I bought with those tickets. I want to say slap bracelets.
And then sold them at school the next day. Step 3, profit.
Did I tell you about the laser pointer hustle? Have I been through all these things with you?
We got time.
I bought a bunch of laser pointers.
Okay.
Do you remember when those were cool?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And you could get different tips for them, which made different imagery of the lasers through whatever, right? So I got like I don't know, 50 of them and like a little like bulk.
And this is way before DH Gate.
Yeah, 100%.
And Alibaba.
Yeah. I bought them. I got them at the like the local party supply store or whatever, right? And I would take them to school and sell them for $5.
Yeah.
So I got 50 of them for $1 a piece. So I spent $50.
Right.
And then I turned that over multiple times until the principal told me I had to stop slinging them at school.
Yeah.
But they couldn't cite a reason.
Mm-hmm.
My dad did not care for that.
Yeah. Last time I checked, this was America. Yeah. My boy's going to sell laser pointers if he wants to
Let
sell
me make sure
laser pointers.
Let me make sure I understand here. He's in trouble because he's got friends. Also, that's a direct quote.
You know what he's going to study in 4th period? Economics. He's just doing his homework in real time.
The best comment of the day goes to a friend of the show, Craig. He says, how many strikeouts is called a golden Devers? This is in reference to the Boston Red Sox third baseman turned DH, Rafael Devers, who is booty.
He's averaging a
Booty.
sombrero. It's not a once in a career thing. It's every day for Rafael Devers.
We're live from the ballpark. It's chilly, not cold.
I agree. I'm glad you're turning it around. Also, the sun's out.
Yes, that is probably part of what's turning it around. Also, wear layers. And we will see you for the first pitch at 6:35. But you can join us first after the break. Two men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Speaking of Coors, a couple.
back to Two Men On. Welcome back to the ballpark. Hot chocolate available at the stadium tonight. Come watch the Isotopes today. Come watch them tomorrow for Mariachis. Come watch them Sunday for Bark at the Park. Before the break, I said it was chilly. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to cold.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Leave it at chilly.
It's chilly.
It is just chilly.
Pretty good, though. Blue Door ball.
56. People wear shorts in Chicago when it's 56.
Final Four basketball is tomorrow. We are going to preview the games. You got any, like, wild predictions or anything? You have that kind of energy?
Nope. The chalkiest of chalk will win again.
Dog, they're all number ones.
Yeah.
Of course, the chalkiest of chalk will all win.
But 1 and 2 of the ones are going to win.
All right, who's wearing home jerseys?
That's an excellent question.
Because, I mean, that's like the one, right? Sure, you're favored. You're wearing the lighter color bracket deal.
I found out that well, I knew this earlier in the season. Let me say I was reminded that Auburn, which I picked to lose this game, are all like grown-ass men.
Yeah, they're old.
Yeah, they're like almost like a team from Utah. Not quite that old, but they're almost like Utes. Not youths. Utes as in people from Utah.
Are you talking about these two?
Them 12.
Them 12 Utes?
Uh-huh.
The Florida-Auburn game is the first game. The Duke-Houston game is the second game. Congrats to Bruce Pearl. Heck of a year.
Yeah.
Congrats to Auburn and really Alabama for figuring out money-wise and investing in the basketball programs.
Yep.
They're going to be present for years to come.
Yep.
Florida is, I think, quietly a number one. You know, I don't think they got a ton of flash dudes. I don't think Auburn can beat them. I think this is Florida's game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Florida is going to play in the national championship against Duke, who I believe is going to beat Houston.
Agree.
Today announced that Cooper Flagg was the AP Player of the Year for college basketball.
That was a pretty easy one.
Pretty easy one. They're the best team with the best player.
Yep.
They're playing the worst of the four if there's a thing of number ones, which is Houston.
It's tough to say because they are excellent.
They're excellent. But, brother, I'm sticking with my bracket. You know how highly ranked I am, not just in every bracket we are a part of here with the program, but in the entire nation.
Mm-hmm.
I have Florida and Duke.
You do. As did I.
And that's going to lead to a Duke championship on Monday night.
I told you at the beginning of the season it was going to be Duke all year. Cooper Flagg is unstoppable. And I'm sticking with it. I think Florida will beat Auburn. Duke will beat Houston. And Duke will beat Florida. Just like I predicted at the beginning of the year.
I got the numbers on the Houston and Duke game. All right, this is closer than I thought. 5.5.
That's so much when two number ones are playing. That's almost offensive to the underdog. 5.5 when you're both number ones.
What's Cooper Flagg averaging? 19? 20? I don't know.
Somewhere.
If he is mid-20s, Duke controls the ball, slowed down half court.
Mm-hmm.
They got a bit of a bench, too. They play a lot of guys. If they stay the exact same course that they took to get here, nothing will change outcome-wise. That's how good they are.
Totally agree. Houston plays
Defense.
absolutely upper echelon defense.
Yeah.
They will be able to slow down
No.
everyone on Duke except for Cooper Flagg. And whenever he wants to turn it on, he can just take over a basketball game.
They've won 17 in a row.
Not a player on the court can keep up with him.
Houston has won 17 in a row. Statistically speaking, points per game, field goal, rebound, assist, block, steal, streaks, The only statistical category where Houston is better is steals. I guess also blocks, but it's very minimal. They just don't have it offensively.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't score literally every possession, will not be there at the end. I don't know what their average per game is, but I know it's not 75.
No.
And because it's not 75, they're not going to be able to score enough points.
They're the cream of college basketball. It's their tournament to lose.
Duke,
If Houston is able to slow down Cooper Flagg and steal that basketball game, which they're very capable of, we will be talking about Duke losing, not Houston winning.
some truth there.
Yeah.
That might be the point that I guess I didn't see when going into this is it's not about Houston winning the game. It's about Duke losing the game.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate we got to talk about it that way, but that's how I feel it is in this situation.
Florida, the slight favorite over Auburn, 2.5 Van.
That's a little closer.
It is. Walter Clayton Jr., I don't know which one it is. Kick and play.
Mm-hmm.
If they move the ball quickly, if they get into the open court, if they knock down pull-uppers, they're going to win by way more than 2.5. If they don't, though, and Auburn does that thing where they disrupt every lane and they don't let them get out in transition, and it's that classic Bruce Pearl 5-5 lane, find 5 lanes and run through them, Auburn does have a chance. But I do not think at all that there's any chance that it won't be a Florida and Duke final. I do not think that.
Florida needs to have a significant lead going into the end of the second half, because if it's possession for possession, shot for shot, Johnny Broom
Pretty good.
can take the game over all by himself. He really can.
Yeah.
If he can get a bucket on you anytime, go down low, beat you with his physicality,
Well, Florida's got size, though.
eat up the clock, and get bucket after bucket. Florida has to go into the end of the second half with a lead and let them nibble at it at the very end.
If it comes to, if either of these games come down to a final possession, final shot, and the team with the ball is Florida or the team with the ball is Duke, I expect both those teams to win. I believe they both have the coaching. I believe they both have the set play. I believe they both have the players that can execute. So if I'm giving you like wild card factors, like can they do it in the clutch? Those two teams, I say, at or near the 100 percentile, they can do it in the clutch. I don't see that from Auburn because Auburn is just, in my opinion, pesky and opportunistic. And I don't see it from the University of Houston.
And Auburn's 4 to 5 years older than most of the people they've played all year.
Yeah, there's something there.
You know, you go down to the YMCA, shoot some hoops. There's always that one old head who's just got more reps.
Who's done it.
He's got more technique. He knows how to fool you. He knows how to trick you. He knows how to play. I mean, that's Auburn. They're older. They're more experienced. They got the reps. They're just not as talented.
They're not as talented.
Top to bottom.
Everyone on Duke will play professional basketball.
The overwhelming, not just NBA, but worldwide. I hear what you're saying. Everybody on that team.
Yeah, and you knew that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most of them will play or get an opportunity to play in an NBA or NBA associated team.
They'll get drafted for sure.
It is the best possible finish to what has been the most boring tournament. And I believe the fans are going to get the payoff Saturday night and Monday night.
Yeah, it's very upset light at the beginning, which is the best part of March Madness. Let's be honest. That's what we all watch for. But at least you got a bunch of powerhouses going up against each other. This year in the Elite Eight and the Final Four, there was not that one team, just happy to be here team.
Yeah.
That it's all chalk and they're all crushers. No.
And even as like they've gotten closer with obviously rankings in the tournament, it's not that the games have really gotten all that closer. Auburn beat Michigan State to get here by several baskets. Duke, that was the closest game Duke had played to get here, but obviously it wasn't close because Alabama wasn't within 20.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much better they are. Texas Tech took a tough one, obviously, against the Gators, but
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how you couldn't be excited about the finish of it, even if you're like me and you were I wanted to correct this too. Yeah, it was the Cougars over Tennessee by almost 20 as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how you couldn't be excited about the finish, even if, like me, you were disheartened about the entire tournament.
It just didn't have enough of those March Madness moments.
No.
But it's going to have a good finish because guess what? The best 4 teams are the last 4 teams. So it's going to finish strong.
You going to prize pick it?
You know it.
Yeah, I'm going to too.
Oh, you know I'm going to have some skin in the game, baby.
It'll be a good weekend. It's a good sports weekend. When we get back from the break, we're still live at the ballpark. Lots going on out here. The weather has calmed. Doors are opening right now. Fans are rolling in. It's going to be a banger of an evening. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Welcome back to Isotopes Park. Speaking of parks, Van, I missed a story.
Uh-oh.
Did you know that Comerica Park got rid of the dirt strip from the pitching mound to home plate?
Now, hold on. Why?
I don't know.
That's legendary.
It was the
What are
last
you
one.
doing?
It's gone.
Boo.
So the dirt strip is like when you go to get a Brazilian,
Uh-huh.
and it's what's left there running
Yeah.
from the mound to the plate,
Mhm.
the area.
Got you. Yeah, the happy trail.
Yeah, it's a little dirt way path.
For
A
sure.
little dirt pathway.
Uh-huh.
Gone.
Right.
Is there nothing sacred in ballparks anymore?
You hurt my feelings.
I know.
I had a wonderful day, wonderful afternoon, an even better evening here at the Isotopes Park, and you just ruined it all.
I don't know how I missed this. I think this must have came out when I was in Alabama or something. Oh, man, it just breaks my... Chase Field used to have one, remember? Chase Field had one?
And there's something special about being the last one, being the only one.
Yeah.
Like the Oakland A's having their bullpen on each side of the foul line. You know, I thought that was something special. Like them being the last ones and clinging on to that for dear life. I thought that was cool. The Astros being the last one to have the hill in center field. Well, I guess technically right here, Isotopes Park was the last one, but we're talking MLB. Like them being the last one. I thought that was super cool.
They called it the keyhole.
Okay.
I get it, because it kind of looks like a old keyhole on like on a shining hotel room. The silhouette of it.
I got you. I could see that.
Yeah, with like a
All right.
skeleton key.
You know, I was just thinking about just the strip.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
no, you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do the
Just
top
the strip.
and the bottom.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, Frad, what brass tacks loser made this decision? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Not even, brother. Not even.
Who's behind this? Big Grass. The villains behind Big Turf. Is that who did it? Who did it? The Irish guy from the Scott's fertilizer commercials. Is that who's behind this whole thing?
Apparently it was the players and coaches, Van.
Oh,
they wanted to make that
boo.
area uniform with all the other parks. That's according to team officials. So there you go.
Hate it. Just hate it.
I guess they were asked about it, that being Comerica, that being the team. And team representative says, this is a pretty easy decision, to be honest with you. So there you go.
Yeah.
When they got rid of the hill here at Isotopes Park, that's when it was all cooked. They got rid of the hill in Houston, and they decided to move the flagpole outside of play like losers,
Boo.
Like-
Sucks.
like children.
Who does that?
Yeah, that's when it was over. Why don't we just make them all the exact same dimensions now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's the same.
So if you're heading out,
Uniform, cookie cutter.
yeah,
Yeah.
good guys
Yeah.
wear blue, bad guys wear red.
You know, put in a Subway next. You have a strip mall. What's next?
If you're late to the ballpark for any reason, like if you're heading down here right now, number one, still plenty of giveaways at the door. You're going to get your magnet. Number two, it's a little chilly.
Yes.
And the promo team is looking for people to do the on-field promotions. There's not a ton of people at the stadium. Normally it is packed right now.
Oh, the first 12 people
Yeah.
into the stadium are going to be who's going to be doing the promotions in between innings.
A lot of times
Today, people aren't so crazy about
No.
running out there.
a lot of people refer to fandom as fair weather when the team is doing well.
Yes.
It actually has to do with actual weather. as
Actual
well.
weather type. And in Isotopes fans' defense,
Yeah, in their defense.
you are showing up, baby. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of people
No,
here.
they're
already.
here. They're
Yeah.
coming. But it's such a baseball weekend. Mariachi's tomorrow. Dogs at
Huge.
Bark in the Park on Sunday.
So stoked. I'll be here.
Yeah, by the way,
Come meet my Corgi Darby. He's very sweet. He would love to meet you on Sunday.
Final Four is national championships. You can watch the national championship with Van and I. We're going to be at Howie Sports Page.
Let's go.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're preempted Pre-game coverage for the pre-championship coverage. Westwood 1 broadcast takes over at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So tune into they as you make your way over to us. We're going to be at Howie's, hanging out and showing out. It's going to be a rich blend of friends of the show. It should be a lot of fun. We wrap up our portion of the program whenever we get back. Josh Sushan is going to join us at 6 today.
Yes.
Have a fun little crossover with he.
It's going to be a vanless crosstalk.
What's
Gotta
that?
duck out.
Too cold?
No, it's not too cold. I can handle this. I got a opening day Orbit beanie on. I got a little bullpen jacket from my friend Dylan Storm.
Yep.
And I'm just peachy keen right here. I'd go watch a play.
Peachy Keen sounds like a turn-of-the-century baseball player.
It is.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Bit of a slowdown on I-25 in the construction zone affecting both directions. Slow spots southbound on Coors. The first.
Before. Caesars Sportsbook is taking over at Route 66 Casino Hotel with new game-dominating betting options, better rewards, and the best sportsbook in the U.S. Let the games begin. Place your bets today. Get your kicks.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3.
Welcome back to 2 Men On. Welcome back to the ballpark. Got a fun stat from last night, man.
Let me hear it.
Aaron Judge is the first player in Major League Baseball history with 5+ home runs and 15+ RBI in the first 6 games of a season.
He's an impressive guy, and he keeps impressing. And what's most impressive, say impressive again. What's most impressive is he's doing it without a torpedo bat. Just a good old regular big old hickory stick. You don't need no bowling pin.
Everyone should use that torpedo bat.
Doesn't make a difference.
What?
It's a fad.
What?
It's a fad. It's an axe handle. I didn't get to tell you when we first started talking about this topic.
Uh-huh.
But there used to be metal torpedo bats way back in the day.
Okay.
And you use them to train on hitting the barrel. So it's always been an idea that you have a thicker barrel that's closer to the label, closer to the handle, further away from the end. It's not a new idea.
You know how in Savannah Banana Ball you can go with the golden hitter at any time you want?
Yes.
One time a game?
Yeah.
You should be able to, in Major League Baseball, go with the golden torpedo. Now, it's the same hitter, but the bat is juiced.
It's juiced. Yeah,
it's
you
a
get a
juiced bat.
Once a game, you
Once
get the cork
a game.
bat.
I love this idea that I'm just now coming up with.
Well, Savannah Bananas are on to something because, I mean, I don't want to say never, but it'll never happen in Major League Baseball. They've actually been forced, because of the popularity of the golden hitter, to have real conversations about a golden hitter in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, no, don't do that, but do the thing I said. Where same hitter, like you don't get to just put Manny Ramirez on your team in 2025. But what you do get to do is you get to, and this is a pretty obvious one, hand them a super hot golden torpedo bat.
I don't dislike it.
It's very good.
I don't dislike it.
And like, when would you use it? You know what I mean? 'Cause like, hey, Ohtani walks off the other night, right?
Yeah.
Leading off the inning. He didn't need the golden torpedo. Like, because in your head, you think, well, you use it right here. He's the guy who can win the game with one swing. And if he doesn't, you just want him on base anyways. And you mentioned, I think, the other night when we were talking about it, when you're like, well, he can't walk. I mean, he's going to steal second.
Yeah, he'll be in scoring position immediately.
Yeah.
All right, but if you have the golden stick once a game, the other team gets to choose once a game to use a broom handle. So if you get the cork bat, the other team gets to make the decision of making you hit with a broom handle.
So when I used to play corkball, did you ever play corkball?
A version of it,
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
You used a wooden, like, broom.
I used to hit pebbles with a broom handle to practice hitting.
That's what corkball was. So it's a little itty bitty ball. It's like a ping pong.
Yeah.
But it's not made of ping pong.
It's just the inside core of a baseball.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And then you swing as hard as you can at it with a broomstick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awesome.
Been there for sure.
The torpedo bat has become such a epidemic. I don't want to use the word pandemic because of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You pointed out to me today that when playing like daily fantasy, it's a feature.
Yes.
Now, on Prize Picks, it's a feature.
They alert you that people have a torpedo bat. I noticed this today because on my team, on Yahoo Fantasy, I have Yankees catcher Austin Wells.
Yeah.
And he has a funny shaped bat right next to his name. They're alerting you. They're prodding you to gamble more with people that have torpedo bats. Everybody's taking advantage.
If I was the Yankees, I would have gone with like paint schemes to hide it. I would have done the way you can airbrush like abs on. I would have airbrushed it to look thinner.
Okay.
And then no one would have known the business that I was up to.
Yeah, you have like a fake shading to make it look the same size.
Yeah.
You would have figured it out.
But how?
I think they would have figured it out.
The other day, I said, at our last TV taping for Duke City Championship Wrestling, NWA New Mexico, we went with new broadcasting. We got new TV partners.
That's exciting.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So we now went from 1080p to 4K.
Ooh, that's so many Ks.
It's so we have more Ks now.
Yeah.
Not as many as
Nolan
Jose
Ryan,
Altuve.
I mean, it's one less.
Yes.
It's one less than Altuve had yesterday.
So I'm watching.
You can watch him in 5K.
I'm watching the video, for the release tomorrow, and we have some black tape on our canvas because the thing gets worn or whatever.
Yeah.
And you don't see it in 1080p.
Okay.
In 4K.
But in Altuve vision.
This thing. It's like a checkerboard. Josh Sushan joins me after the break. Van, final words?
Oh, my goodness. Have a great weekend out there, and I'll see you at Bark in the Park on Sunday.
That's a nice one.
It's a good one.
We'll be back with the voice of the Albuquerque Isotopes, Josh Sushan, whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Van's not here. Just Sushan takes us home. Joshua, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me here.
You and I were having a conversation before we came on air about how to deal with cold temperatures in sports.
Yeah.
You have what I believe is the craziest remedy to the cold that I've ever heard. Are you willing to introduce this to the friends of the show?
Okay, so right now, the friends of the show who are watching the stream see that I'm all bundled up and I just have like this 3/4 pullover and I'm
You're
shivering.
not bundled up at all.
Okay, so I have a heavier jacket.
Yeah.
And I have a beanie. I have multiple layers, but my theory is that once I put on all of my layers, that is as warm as I will ever be.
Okay.
So right now I'm thinking, okay, I'm cold, but at some point I'll put on these different layers and I'll be warmer. But then that will be the warmest that I will be. So mentally, I'm trying to trick myself into thinking it's going to get better soon, as opposed to it's not going to get better the rest of the night.
Let's hypothetically say we're not talking about layers of clothes. Okay, let's say let's say you're at your home and there's a thermostat on the wall.
Yeah, then it gets turned up. Yeah. Yeah. Although I'm not the guy who's like, oh, I want it 75 in here. I'm not even the guy who wants it in the 70s because the 60s is fine. The upper 60s is fine for my house. I'll put on a jacket, sometimes a beanie. You know, I can wrap up around a blanket as I watch TV.
Since COVID, I'm forever cold.
Really?
Yeah, forever cold.
Forever.
Yeah, I've not warmed one time since COVID.
Okay.
I don't believe one time I've been like, oh, I'm hot.
You should come to Las Vegas in July when the boys are there, and that'll change.
I have to go to Las Vegas for WrestleMania and whatever couple
I
weeks.
have to go.
And okay, touche.
I have to go to Las Vegas for WrestleMania.
And I'm the most cliche media guy at that stuff. I'm like blazer and jeans guy every time. And I did the thing where I looked at the weather and I go, Aaron, I might need a long sleeve shirt under this too.
You're allowed to wear high socks. That's allowed.
I don't do that.
Why not?
So this is a real thing about me.
Maybe that's why you're cold all the time.
So every fall back, so not spring forward, but every fall back, I go to the Sam's Club. I throw out all my socks at the house. I go to the Sam's Club and buy 2 new packs of the exact same, whatever these socks are. And I don't sort them. I don't separate them. They just get thrown loose leaf into a drawer. And then I pull them out as I need them, and I keep them for 1 year, and then I throw them away and do it all again.
Anarchy in your sock drawer.
I've been doing this for years.
Would you be surprised to learn that I color coordinate my socks in my sock drawer?
Are we talking our dress socks? That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, our dress socks are different.
Yeah. I'm going to show the friends of the
Years
show
ago, when I was super into the radio game, like recognizing that I do it every day here and I am still super into it, but I was into broadcast sports like you. I was in multiple text change where we would send pictures of our socks to each other, and I didn't start this thing, but I took it over.
Yeah. So you don't do photos of ankles that are cold?
No.
Okay.
I'm in the clear.
Okay. You know, when it comes to playing baseball in the cold, here's the thing. See what the temperature was in Denver today?
38 at the time of the first pitch with snow.
Yeah. So, you know, as much as we're like, oh, man, this is not fun. This is life in Major League Baseball, but especially if you're a Rockies affiliate.
Yeah.
And I know it was a long time ago when the Rockies played in the postseason, but I was there in Denver, and it was cold.
Yeah.
Right? You got to learn how to play in this weather.
There's something that is fun about it, though, where it's, let's say you're a fan, right? Let's say you're a young blood fan. And you want to come out with your lady to the ballpark today, this is blanket cuddling weather.
Ooh.
This is once you hunker down in your spot, like you can build an igloo of warmth around you and enjoy baseball.
We need to tell Dylan Storm, marketing guy, hey, Fred's got an idea about cuddling under blankets.
That's right. So hear me out. Next April, when we open up the year, right? And they're doing those giveaways. It's a poncho, but it's got 2 holes for heads. And it's a couple's poncho.
Oh.
This is, and you don't give away $2,500 like you normally give away. You give away $1,250.
Well, after the tariffs, we're going to start giving away $50 to everybody.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, better start arriving very early in the future with the. That's another topic.
The first thing I Googled this morning is where are torpedo bats made? Luckily, it was Louisville, Kentucky. We're okay. Louisville. It's the only conversation. There are two conversations in baseball right now. Number one, the Dodgers.
Okay.
That's the number one conversation. Number two, torpedo bats.
Torpedo bats, yeah.
Now, when those two things collide and the Dodgers have torpedo bats, there's no one safe from the wrath of the NL Best.
You all right with the torpedo bats?
I love it.
Yeah. I got no problem with it.
I love innovation, and we were talking about this on the show yesterday. You had a good day broadcast, by the way. Like, I'm not that guy that normally tells you that on air, but
Thank you.
You kept me entertained for hours yesterday. We were talking about on air. There have been equipment innovations forever.
Yep.
There has been a sliding mitt or a brim on a hat or a synthetic glove or pad on your thumb when you bat or knob on your bat. What do we do? The whole thing, right? Rotating cleats, the Barry Bonds elbow, which you know a ton about.
Yeah.
There have been innovations for literally ever.
It's crazy when you watch like games from even the 70s or the 60s and they're not wearing helmets.
Yes.
Right? Or they're wearing helmets that did not have ear protectors.
Pete
and
Rose.
now everyone's got the face guard as well, right? Not to mention the thumb guard and the wrist guard and the elbow guard and the ankle guard.
The foam insert in the hip is a big one now. And that's in like your compression short whatever thing underneath. It's got a sliding pocket. There's all kinds of that stuff where these dudes feel, because they got armor, they feel invincible up there. And then, but it's not just there, right? Like in the field, for example, players didn't always wear eye black. You know, in the field, there's an innovation at some point where players have been able to figure out how to be better based off their equipment. And this to me is another innovation of that.
So I've talked with guys who played in the 70s on all the artificial turf fields, especially in St. Louis, right?
Yep.
And how hot it would be before they played all these night games.
Harvey's wall bangers. Yep.
Yeah. So all the day games, and guys were saying that like it's like they were tippity tapping out there, and it's because their feet were on fire on the artificial turf. So they would use cabbage. Cabbage had a cooling effect. They would put cabbage inside their cleats. They would put cabbage in the you take off your hat and you put cabbage in there and put the hat back on, and it would keep your head a little bit cooler. Cabbage used to be like the thing, and and you would soak it in ammonia in the dugout and then put it inside your cap. But yeah, you know how hot it was on the turf.
Yeah, much hotter. Well, and we're just talking about on the field innovations. Off the field hit tracks. Off the field, there's all these other innovations that players have access to all the time that are forever changing.
It blew my mind once. I read this story about how before there was video everywhere, Tony Gwynn would take one of these big old huge VCRs, like the massive ones from the 80s, and he would bring it with him on the road. He would connect it to his hotel room and he would press record like at 3:00 in the afternoon to record the game and then come back so we could watch his at-bats later on, because they didn't have technology back then.
Yeah.
And then like he was one of the first guys to get a satellite dish, and his wife was like the video coordinator. His wife would like record the games and be able to like chart them. And so he had VHS cassette tapes everywhere, like all over the clubhouse. And guys are like, what's Tony doing? They're like, he's watching his at-bats. Really? He's watching his at-bats, right?
Well, it's what you do with it too, right? Because you can gather all the information in the world. And Tony Gwynn obviously had the mind to absorb that and implement change and be really successable. You get players today who are finding things through their algorithm that are not helpful.
Yeah.
It's hey, move, change your position in the box, change the way you hold the bat, change the whatever. These things are not coming from coaches with millions of years of experience.
Yeah.
They're coming from content creators.
Yeah, I was, I don't want to say his name just in case he doesn't want me to say this on the air, but I was talking to a guy, a hitter today, and I was like, I don't know how anybody ever makes contact with the ball. He said, I watched like Pitching Ninja and like those types of videos on Twitter, and the ball comes out at the same spot and then halfway to home plate's in the exact same tunnel, and then it goes two different directions. Like, I don't know how you ever hit, and the player said, I refuse to watch any of those for that reason. I don't want it in my head to know that it's even harder than I already know how hard it is to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. You can easily be overloaded with data. Yeah, and in my opinion, especially in the world where, and you know the difference between AAA player, major league player, we are talking a razor thin line of talent at these levels. You have to get direction from individuals that you trust, and that's Pilo, right? That's Jordan Pacheco.
Yeah.
You know, those guys that have been there, have produced, and have the endorsement of the organization that, by the way, Isotopes player, Isotopes fan, the Rockies want every player here to be major league caliber.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're designing these players to be, so they can contribute to this team or become assets to contribute elsewhere, to contribute to that team.
You know, and look, a lot of people are just helpful, right? They want to help. So whether it's your high school coach, your college coach, your travel ball coach, your single A coach, or like whomever from the Cape Cod League, they all want to be helpful. They all got an idea, and you have to be able to sort through on who you're going to believe and what.
Also, is there a better combination of science and art in the whole world than baseball?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It is a blend of analytics and approach and the it factor.
What would even be second best?
You're asking a really great question.
I can't even think of what the second best would even be.
Figure skating?
Maybe. Swimming? I don't know. You're just moving your arms and legs real fast.
Yeah, but then they get those TRX suits, and it's a whole thing too. You know, I'm going to say, because of the free flow approach and the opportunity to play a ball a million different ways, it's art, and it's based in a world of mechanics and science. But shoot, it's just the absolute prettiest thing when done athletically and done correctly.
Yeah.
643.
643. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Who's on your pregame tonight?
Ryan Ritter.
Oh, good get.
Yeah. I'm excited for him. Let's talk to him about his favorite players growing up and his favorite team growing up, and how his dad hit .533 in college. That was his batting average, not his slugging percentage.
It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty good. His dad could rake. I got to hustle upstairs.
Josh Susan, thank you so much. Van's not here. Isaiah Johnson back at the studio.
Lakers bounce back game tonight. I'm calling it.
Who are they playing?
The Pelicans.
Yes, it will be about. Live from the ballpark. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.